Hi everyone, my name is Charles Dennis. I'm the Executive Director of Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland, and I'm here at JR Neighbors today with Whitney to talk a little bit about our Pasta Bowl campaign. So Whitney, will you tell me a little bit about JR Neighbors?
Yeah, this is our third year open here at JR Neighbors. We are named after a historic figure in Elizabethtown named JR Neighbors. We specialize in craft burgers, salads, bourbons, and we have a lot of craft beers as well here.
Excellent. So in our Feeding Kids program, we took a poll from the kids that participated and to ask them what are their favorite foods. And the top two were ravioli and macaroni. So I'm a little curious. I think I may know, but tell me what we're gonna make today.
Okay, today we are making a mac and cheese. We feature 4 different cheeses in our mac and cheese. We have a smoked Gouda, a white cheddar, a cheddar cheese, and a cream cheese in our mac and cheese here. And then we finish it off with our Aleppo pepper flakes, our crushed croutons, and a Parmesan cheese.
That sounds amazing. So I'm gonna say let's go ahead and get started because I'm really curious to know how to make this myself.
Okay. So to make a mac and cheese, it's pretty simple. You're going to start with butter and you're just going to add that in your pan here. You're going to let that melt and you're going to be making a roux here.
Okay.
As soon as that melts, you're going to add in your flour to this.
So I've heard, confirm for me, but when you're making a roux, you need to make sure you're constantly stirring? Or is
Yes.
that a myth?
It is true, there are different types of roux that you can make. You can make different colors of roux. For a mac and cheese, we're just going to make like a nice blonde roux.
Okay.
So we're just getting the butter melted. Once it's melted, we're going to add our flour in. You use equal parts butter and flour to create this roux. You're gonna whisk that all together until there is no more lumps in there.
Okay. I can already tell you do this 10 times better than I do when I try it at home.
And for this sauce, you can actually make a lot of different things. This is just a base for a mac and cheese, but you can make a gravy with this. You can start a lot of soups with this sauce as well.
Okay.
Then you're gonna pour in your milk and just start whisking that. You wanna add it in slowly so that it doesn't start to curdle on you. So there's that. And then you are just going to let that come to a simmer so that it'll thicken up some. After that heats up a little bit, we're gonna start adding in our cheeses and whisking those in as well. We do have a couple different seasonings that we're going to use here. We have some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some Aleppo pepper flakes that we can add into that sauce as well.
So when you're simmering it, do you need to change the temperature? Or is it okay to leave it at
Typically you would. With this being a little portable burner, it's a little trickier than it would be on an actual cooktop. But with this one, we can go ahead and start adding our cheeses in as soon as I get this whisk up right here. As you can see, our whisk is a little too big for our pot.
Well, and the whisk you have on your earring is a little too small.
Yes, a little too small, so that wouldn't
we'll find
quite
one
work.
in between at one of these points.
All right, so as we're adding in our cheese, we are gonna go ahead and dump our pasta in our water so that can start heating up.
Okay.
And then from here, we can add some cheeses in. Just gonna add a little bit of them and then see how much we need.
And when you measured those out, did you do all the same measurement or?
Yes, we did do all the same measurement on those.
And so if I like one of those better than the others, could I add a little more, a little less? Okay.
I like my mac and cheese to be smoky, so I prefer a lot more smoked Gouda than our other cheeses in here.
Excellent.
Just gonna pull this off for a second so it doesn't continue cooking there.
So I can't tip my hand yet, but how about you? Where would you vote between macaroni or ravioli?
I would vote macaroni. Macaroni's just a classic. Everyone grows up eating it, whether it's at a cookout, for dinner. So that's what I would vote, especially if I were a child. And also I would vote it just so that we can win.
Yeah. Hey, those are 2 solid reasons for me.
At this point, we'll go ahead and add our noodles in here. So here we have our mac and cheese in our sauce that's almost finished. We're just letting it kind of come together a little bit more. I like mine to be like a really creamy mac and cheese, so we can add a little bit more cheese to it to add that extra cheese pull if you want.
Okay.
If you would like to add a little bit of extra cheese in there for us.
Absolutely. I like all 4 of these, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of all 4.
Okay, so then from there, we're just gonna mix that up and wait for that to melt.
Awesome. So while you're finishing that, there's a few different ways that you can get involved in our Pasta Bowl campaign. So number one, you can donate. You can do that online or come down to JR Neighbors and there will be opportunities for you to donate through that. You can come volunteer with us at the Volunteer Center or you can host food drives, and we'll have information on how you can do all of those things on our website. How are we looking?
We're looking pretty good. Yeah, we're almost ready to plate.
Okay. Do we do the super technical part now or after we've plated?
We will do it after we plate.
Okay.
We'll finish it up like that.
Well then let's plate.
So we're just going to add this to our cast iron skillet. If we were doing this in the kitchen, we would toast it in our salamander in the back.
Okay.
So we'll put that in there. And then if you just want to finish that with our Aleppo pepper flakes and our crushed croutons.
Awesome. I'll do the super technical part here. And while I'm doing this and tasting, would you tell me a little bit about JR Neighbors' participation with us in the Pasta Bowl campaign?
Yeah, this summer we are participating in the Pasta Bowl. We are going to be donating a portion of our proceeds from our macaroni and cheese sales to Feeding America all summer long.
Thank you. Thank you. That is amazing. And this campaign just comes at a really critical time for us. We got some really tough news from USDA that 1 in 5 kids in our community is food insecure. And so we just appreciate partnerships like this. We appreciate the public and would encourage you either come to our website to find out more about our campaign and the food insecurity numbers that we just released. Come down to JR Neighbors. You'll find ways to participate in our Pasta Bowl campaign. It's also just a great time and a great establishment here in historic downtown Elizabethtown. So Whitney, thank you so much for having us today. Thank you for your partnership, and we look forward to a successful campaign.
Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it.